Hello. Today I'd like to show you the Nature Lovers Journal. It's semi-soft cover. It's got, I guess, kind of like cardstock in the layers of fabric on the outside. And then on the inside, I'll show you what's there when we open it. It is 12 by 8 inches. The spine's about, let's see, what's the spine? It's a curved one, 1 3/4 to 2 inches. It's got 3 signatures. And I love this fabric. It made me think of this other journal that I had made, Bird Lovers Journal. It had these greens and kind of gold in it. And then this picture I thought was perfect. I've sewn on, it's from a gift book. And it has a lady bird watching there. There's an English cottage. So this has a vintage vibe to it and a Victorian vibe to it. It has a bookmark here you can place anywhere in the journal. So it also serves as a tassel on the side with colors that go with the cover. It has, this has been sewn onto a tea-dyed envelope, which has then been attached to this with, there's brads. These are brads through here. And it's been sewn as well, the outside. This charm here is actually got a little mirror in it. It's a clock, but it doesn't seem to be able to replace the battery. But I just love the colors of it and how it just went with the journal. And it had that nice cottagey kind of old-fashioned look to it. It's sunny here today, so there's going to be a little bit of weird lighting coming in the window. I hope the weather's nice where you are. So this just unties. It's not attached to it. It almost doesn't need to be tied close, but anyways. The back is plain, same fabric. There's the sewing on it. So the Nature Lovers Journal is definitely set up for somebody who loves nature. And what inspired me to call it the Nature Lovers Journal is this vintage postcard here of a home of a lady who was a naturalist and an author. It was way back in the days when that was very rare for women to take a role like that. So the cover inside here, we've got, I think that's cardstock. Yeah, cardstock, tea-dyed cardstock lining, this, and then it's been sewn all the way through with this fabric on top too, and it goes all the way underneath the signatures there. And this isn't vintage, but I thought it kind of went with this and has a bit of a vintage vibe to it. And I think this button here is vintage though. And this button here, oh my goodness, that's absolutely vintage. I mean, it's so old it's cracking. And it's this silk. It's a little booklet with some tea-dyed paper in it for journaling. And there's a tea-dyed adult coloring page here with a giant bee. You know how important bees are. And here's some little tea-dyed journaling paper there. Here's a belly band and for writing here, and creates a space to hold some more writing paper that's been tea-dyed. This side we have a piece of book page, a varied thrush. It says bird study here, I stamped that on. And this is old music paper for writing out your own music. Actually not that old, but I made it look old with tea dyeing and inking. And I got some lovely nature stickers for Christmas, so I've got some of those in here. This is some paper that I dyed with tea, but the paper was already itself. Had a nice color to it, which reminds me of some dyeing I recently did. I think that's blueberry there. I was looking for this. This is it fell off while I was taking some pictures of the journal, and this is what helped keep my camera in place. And it looks like my camera might be okay. Otherwise I'll have to do this over. I figured it had fallen in here, and I did a quick look through and didn't find it. So, oh, this is Edith Holden. Here's a little booklet made from, oh no, this isn't a booklet. This is just a journal card. I'm flustered now. There's a feather. Yeah, because I have a little booklet made from a playing card later on in the journal. Here's a little journaling book here. A couple of tags that got stamping on some cotton. This is stenciling I did with coffee. The plastic doily. This is from a greeting card, and I made it into like a postcard. Fabric sample made into a pocket. Some vintage book page. Some tea-dyed ledger here. And a magazine picture made into a journal card with tea-dyed paper on the back. And this here is nesting material for the birds. And a faux wax seal with a bit of hydrangea flower from my garden. And this is from a vintage bird book. And that's from my Christmas stickers. And here's a postcard that I thought went lovely with the colors on this page. And it's from 1988. That's Hawaii. There's a journal card here. Right on both sides. The feather to go with the colors on this page. Here we've got a tuck spot with the journaling card, index card. See another one of my little stickers in there that I got for Christmas. And this is page that was left over from a bird book that I repurposed. And here's from a wildflower book, illustrated book of wildflowers. And on this side I've got some tracing paper, creating a flip. So you can still read about flowers here, and also makes the pocket for a postcard and some small ledger here, and a butterfly that I fussy cut out of a book about butterflies. Here's a postcard, Butterfly World, printed in Japan, 1991. Here's some stenciling I did with some coffee. It's a little journal card here with a sticker my daughter gave me, and a little journal card here, some Christmas stickers. Here is, I believe this is an antique postcard, pretty old, pretty lovely. And some, I tea-dyed this with pomegranate peels. Like the color that came out. And we've got a little picture here. I guess it's a postcard. Doesn't say where or when it was made, but got that at the thrift store and thought it was perfect for in here. Here's another Native Birds of New Zealand postcard. Little pocket here, and this flips up so you can do some writing there, plus you can write on there. And here is an envelope made into a flip, so you can write here and here, and then there's a little tag. This pocket is from a bird book, and then there's a little tag in here too. On this side you have another flip so you can read what's on there, and in here there's a tuck spot with some, I think this is tea-dyed paper. It opens up and you can write on it, and then this opens up and there's a pocket there, and this is a lovely artwork. I can't read the name here, but it's got her signatures. I think it's a local artist. I just got a few of her cards at a thrift store recently, and I just think, oh my goodness, I'd love to paint like that. It's watercolor, and that tucks in like that. And that's some vintage, I don't know what you'd call this, but it's lovely. And here's a little Alta paper clip that's also got writing space. And then this card here. This is a Monet picture from a art book that I just recently got from the thrift store, and it's not a fancy book, very plain. It's almost like a, I don't know, like a school book. So, and it's about this size too, the book. So it's perfect for harvesting lovely artwork from. It's not what you call a coffee table book. And this is from that same artist, and I just dyed it, inked the edges, and curved the edges to make it look like a postcard. Love that. Here's some book page. I think this is from an encyclopedia, World Book Encyclopedia. And I just flipped it over here, and it shows different eggs. There's 2 pages actually all together, and a little bit of information about birds on it. And there's a vintage button I thought was cute. And again, some ledger with a sticker on it. It's been tea dyed. More Edith Holden. There's a tab made from the fabric sample. Blueberry paper. And here's a stamp of a bird, writing space on the back. And some lace with a really old button here. Oval one, you don't see those too often. And this is a flip, so you can write underneath too. Oh, my camera seems to be sitting still. You know what I'm using to hold it up there instead of this thing that I had there, which this isn't the original thing. The original thing, I think I lost it or it broke. I'm using actually a piece of stamp, you know, little kind of silicone stamps. Yeah, that's from a bird book, a vintage one. Oh, beautiful colors in that book. And here's the bookmark you can put anywhere in the journal. I just put it there for now. It's a leaf on there, and on the back I like putting the paper on the back so you can write things like maybe quotes you're trying to remember, or yeah, just special dates you might want to remind yourself of. And here, flowers from a vintage wildflower book. The Botanical Treasury stamp up there. Here, instead of making this a flip, I held it in place with some glue so that this is a really good tuck spot. There's room for lots more things. And there's a pocket there too. And then on this side, same thing. It's a pocket. Tag in there. And lots of room in there to tuck more things. Plus you can write on here and on there. Here's another picture from that art book I was saying that I got. Love nature pictures. And this is an altered paper clip, writing space in there. And that's from a magazine, that picture. And on this side, I've got a faux envelope writing space. Really love the feel of this quality paper that I've tea dyed and inked and stamped on. And here's a recipe from a Scottish book. That's from a vintage nature book. From the blueberry paper. And I like how the egg kind of picks up colors from it too. I don't know if you can really see the pattern on here, but and on this side I put, this is a tuck spot here, wildflower. You can write on both sides. Pocket here, a little card with washi tape on some fabric. And here I've made a double pocket out of some lace. I've got a little tally card booklet. And this is a little booklet made with some, this paper is from the pomegranate peels that I dyed. I've been meaning to do dyeing, and then my daughter was eating a pomegranate the other day. I said, oh, save those peels for me. And as you can see, she did save them for me, and I've used them. And pardon my stomach. I had lots of fruit at lunch today. And this year's, lots of journaling space there. And an old, is that Rolodex card? And this is made from Vintage Book Page, and it's a tag. And this little thing, I've had this for years. This is from a kit of making little gift boxes, and I've had this for years. And this here is a tuck spot. So this is holding it in place, just some note paper. And on this side, that artist that did those other birds I was saying, local artist, this is one of her mushroom pictures. That's from a vintage nature book. There is a Scotch recipe, and here's a picture. That's why I wanted to include this in here, was lovely scenery. And here's my attempt at a varied thrush. It's a picture, it's from a picture I took, and it's kind of from the back, so you can see both the legs, and she's sitting on got lots of things growing on the branch. That's how close up I was able to get with my zoom lens. And here's a magazine picture on a little notebook, tea-dyed paper. She's that tea-dyed, this guy here. I think that's coffee. Let me see the other side. Yeah, I think that is. And some washi tape I thought went well with it. There's one of my faux wax seals with a little daisy from my lawn. I purposely planted these little mini English daisies, and so they're multiplying. Some washi tape here. This is I think this is a vintage postcard. And some dyed paper for writing on. That just pulls out. That's just held in there by this here. And then on this side, it flips, and there is writing space in here. And here, it's a little bit brittle, this paper. You can tear them off or write on them. Lovely, lovely wildflower book. And there's another one of those pictures that local artist did. Put a feather here to go the colors in it. And here's some tea-dyed writing paper. And here I made a belly band, and I got inspired by Be Again Books to do this, using up things I had. And what I did is I sewed this on, because this is wallpaper sample, so that there could be a writing space. And I like how this crinkly paper became a nice old looking writing surface. And then behind the belly band is nice sturdy writing cardstock. And there's a pocket here. And when you open it up this way, there's a tuck spot here. And here is a little charm. This is a playing card, and there's a little tag in there for writing on. And then this opens up, and there's a little booklet made from a tally book. Added some tea-dye papers to it, and the feathers are just stuck in there. I thought they went with the colors on this page. I think that's a vintage button too. Lots of room for nature notes and journaling. This is a tea-dyed copy of a picture that I took from our garden. The old cherry tree that tracks birds like crazy all year long. I can see this clearly from this room, but also better from the kitchen window. And that's a washi sticker here too. Edith Holden, lovely, lovely. And on this side, I made a flip, made one giant pocket here. And so there's a tuck spot here. You can read the back if you want. And then here, there's tea-dye paper there, journaling card here, lots of room on the back for writing. And here's that little booklet I was saying that I made out of a playing card. Oh, I love this couple. There we go. And a couple of little tags here as well. It's a bit colder today than usual, so I didn't feel like putting on my usual white sweater to do this. I just thought, oh, I'm just going to leave what I've got on. It's already warm. And this is a washi sticker, and I sewed it onto this lovely embossed cardstock, and then added some tea-dyed paper inside. Nice writing paper. I think it's originally from Woodward's, and a little card there too. And I made this from a fabric sample and put a little flower on it, the brad, and a little sticker. And I just love this pages from this book that I thrifted a while ago. And this is from a vintage bird book. And here's a journaling card. I thought this greeting card was lovely with all the birds on the wire. Spots like this, like if this was my journal, what I would do is I put quotes here, or a little poetry, or maybe a verse. So I actually like those spots left for writing, at least half of them. And here's, I think this is a vintage, adding what do you call, flashcard. And I'm not sure what this is about, except that it looks like it's been cut. And yeah, anyways, it's from California, I think. Yeah, I thought it was lovely. I like the colors. And here's a journaling spot here, made from paper that I've salvaged from something, and then tea dyed, and then added some washi tape on top. And here's some writing paper here, some tea dyed. More vintage book page from a bird book. More Edith Holden paper, and a fabric tab. Oh, love this colors, the two together. And so this is paper that I dyed, and I think for some reason some of the blueberry paper that I dyed went kind of greeny. Yeah, but I like it. I noticed as I add more and more papers, they didn't all turn out the same. They seem to change, like almost like a rainbow. And there's washi tape there, writing space here. Here's another one of those lovely mushroom pictures that local artist has done. And this is from a wildflower book. Here's a greeting card I turned into a journal card. It's blank on the back. It's been tea dyed and inked. And another one of my little pockets made from a fabric sample. It's got a vintage button there. I don't know what kind of button that is, but I love the color of it. Goes with the old paper. And over here, another little altered paper clip, and it's like a booklet for writing in, mini one. And I made a little booklet out of some tea-dyed paper and put some bias tape, I think you call that, on there. I love the look of sewing. My sewing machine's acting a little weird. I'm not sure what I did, but I have a backup one if this one yeah, needs to be repaired. That's another one of that local artist paintings. Greeting card I got from the thrift store. And this is from a sweet little book. And this here's from I think a gift book, and I added some old paper on the back for journaling. And here is a flip for writing and some washi tape. And here's an envelope that's been folded over to create a tuck spot to make a journaling spot for this greeting card that's been turned into a journal card. Here's the envelope, bird and flowers on it, and there's a tuck spot there with some paper from a bird journal for writing on. And it's like similar to this, it's different and different quotes on it. And here we have another one of those little altered paper clips. It's like a little booklet holding on this vintage picture from a vintage bird book. I have I think a couple of those books, so I don't feel bad using one for harvesting. Sometimes I just hang on to one until I find another one like it, so that I don't know why I'm doing that, but so I guess so I don't feel like, what if this is the last one? No. And that postcard I think is from, where is that? Arizona. I love the colors that went with this page. There's a little journaling card with a feather stuck in there. little frog charm that my daughter gave me. Definitely goes in a nature book. And then I made this little book at the end here, nature study, and it's just got some different kind of paper in it. Lots of writing space. Yeah, you can see where my machine decided to act different, but you know, I kind of like it. It almost reminds me of, you know, when you see little bird prints in the sand. Yeah. Anyways, she's big. Not too heavy, but she definitely is big. Thank you for watching. The next journal that I'm working on is smaller. Yeah, about like that. But what I love about these big ones is that you can use pictures from big books and not need to take them down at all. Like, they just fit. Or things like this, big pieces of ledger paper. Sometimes it's just nice to be able to see the whole thing. Especially like this book here. I didn't want to cut that. And, you know, I think this information is interesting. So, anyhow, thank you for watching. Take care. And, yeah, it's January 15th. We're halfway through the, I kind of call this like the slump month. I don't know about you, but I don't feel as motivated. And so that's why it took me a little longer to finish this one. And now that I finished it, I didn't want to film it because it's like, oh, well, you need to hang around a bit longer. But no, I'm not making them for them to hang around. I'm making them to show and put on Etsy. So let's not be silly about it, Wendy. Okay. Yeah, and that's a nice thing about filming them is then I still have a record of them. You know, if they do find a home, then I'm okay because I can go look at the video. And this is silly, but yeah, sometimes I look at the videos, I just turn the volume down and I just watch things to get inspired again to do other ones. I don't know if you do that, but let me know if you do. You guys, I have to say, I'm really enjoying watching other people's videos because they're helping me to think outside the box, to be creative, and to have fun. Hope you are too. Bye.